Get ready for Beto 2.0. Get ready for Beto 2.0. Let's talk about it. I hope you guys are doing all right. My name is Jamarl Thomas. This is the Progressive Soapbox. And yes, get ready for Beto 2.0. What happened to Beto 2.1? It fizzled out. In fact, to use the words of the AP, I like their words better. It's more brutal. It evaporated. Now, excuse me. If you remember, Beto got a lot of support in his race with Ted Cruz. In fact, if you remember, this face was on the screen as Beto was going against Cruz, hoping, whispering my own little dream to the world that Ted Cruz gets crushed in that race. I wanted Ted Cruz to lose. I didn't care all that much about Beto one way or the other. I just wanted Ted Cruz to lose that race. That's how I was invested in that. It wasn't so much who Beto was. It was in as much as who Beto was not. And who Beto was not was Ted Cruz. So, yes, I and a bunch of other lefties supported Beto in that race. But you've jumped into the big leagues. And there are a lot of people with long pants on in this race. Or long dresses on also. I'm just saying, there are real lefties in this race. This is not a situation where you're up against Ted Cruz. This is a situation where there are real lefties in that race. And so the things that you were saying in that race with Ted Cruz, when you're trying to apply them in this race, I'm not even sure if people believe you. That's the first point. And the second point is they don't need to believe you because they're tried and true lefties in the race. I want to tell you Beto's problem. And I don't know if Beto's understood this yet, but I'm going to be more specific in this. But just to give a little bit more information on this. Beto plans to reintroduce his campaign. And his campaign's managers makes the point that says, yeah, we've gone through a quiet period. We've gone through a quiet period as we try to relaunch. Because that fizz, that buzz that Beto had when he came into the election evaporated. Poof, like it was never there. Like it was never there. So these guys are trying to relaunch. Now, Beto himself, when discussing this, ORourke acknowledges he struggled to find his presidential campaign footing. I think, in part, I was just trying to keep up when I first started out, he said, after addressing about 40 people in his recent house party in New Iowa. I really feel like I found my rhythm, I found my pace, and I feel comfortable. I just like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Now, the quiet period is supposedly ending next week because Beto is going on Rachel Maddow. That's going to be a love fest. And he's also going to be on the CNN Town Hall. The CNN Town Hall is probably also going to be a love fest. But this is his relaunch. Their point was that when he first relaunched, or when he first launched, it was just disorganized. And there needed to be a time frame for them to kind of reestablish or to, let's say, build infrastructure and that type of stuff. That's not your problem, even though it may be a problem. I'll put it this way. If I say, Tulsi Gabbard, your first thought is anti-war. Doesn't matter who you are. You may say Putin apologist, but that's their way of saying anti-war. That's a fucked up way of saying anti-war. If I say hates bankers, you're going to say Elizabeth Warren. Punch a banker in the throat. That's Elizabeth Warren. You have to hold Elizabeth Warren back. I've seen pictures where guys had to literally physically hold her back. Strong, brawny men, 300-pound men, two of them holding Elizabeth Warren back where she was trying to get at Jamie Dimon. Fucking amazing thing to watch. I'm joking, kind of. There's a rumor that video is out there somewhere. But you get my point. If I say Bernie Sanders, you already know. Like, the guy's been doing the same thing for 40 years. You might say socialists, But I get my point is there are identifiable one word for those candidates. People know what they stand for. They know what they represent. They know what their issue is. Tulsi Gabbard screaming, we need to do something about this war thing if we ever want to have a domestic economy that works for workers. Straightforward, to the point. Everybody understands what she's in a race for. Now, Joe Biden bucks this trend, but Joe Biden only bucks this trend because it's Joe Biden. Affable, gaff machine, creepy, hair smeller, Joe Biden. Not all of those are positive things. Depends on how you feel about hair smellers. You know, he may be trying to bring that out into the forefront. He may feel, set upon that people feel some kind of way about the fact that he needs to smell hair. I'm just saying, people know what those quantities are. What is fucking Beto ORourke? What is Beto? Nobody knows what Beto is. Nobody even knows why Beto is running. Infrastructure may be an issue. Fair enough. Disorganization may have been an issue also. Fair enough. But putting that stuff to the side for the moment and just getting to the basic politics, the momentum that you had was from Texas, meaning the race with Ted Cruz. But if that momentum can never be transferred into another advantage, because that momentum is not in and of itself enough to win a presidential campaign, let alone get through the primaries, that energy needed to be converted into another advantage that you could translate into something else. Then the problem here is you have 20 other people in that race. All of them are vying for some level of public attention. And in this case, the question becomes, where does Beto fit in? Elizabeth Warren has made space for herself. Buttigieg has made space, but more so because he's gay, not because of any particular policy proposals. He's still talking about his values. But I'm just making a point. The people who are popping up are the people who've made space for themselves. Sanders, Biden, Warren. I want to say Tulsi because I like Tulsi, but in a polls, she hasn't necessarily popped up. Now, here's the catch. This is going to change after the debates. The debates are going to separate the wheat from the chaff. And I think what you're going to find is certain characters, traits of the campaign start to materialize as the debates go on and on and on. And there are going to be more debates. This is going to be torturous to a certain degree because it's going to be the same people talking to each other over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. But nevertheless, you're going to separate the wheat from the chaff. I would be shocked if Beto is in that running. I could be wrong, but I'd be shocked. But Beto campaign fizzles. Beto's going to try for a relaunch. That's the basics of this story. The question becomes, do you think Beto 2.0 is going to be better than 1.0? I like his climate proposal, but any proposal also has to take into account the person who's giving it and whether the person actually believes it. At one point, he was for Medicare for all. Just saying. All right, I'm going to end this here. I don't want to keep this one long because there's not much on this one. If you guys enjoy the content, please feel free to share, like, subscribe. You can always support through PayPal or Patreon. Thanks all.